Ross voice,
Took
unfiltered.
me by my hand, telling me who I was. No mistake, not by chance. He said, "You're priceless. A black queen in my side. Let no other tell you different. Rise, my child, and you will fly."
Yeah.
So let know who I am. But you know, my whole thing is to say, through that darkness, through that person that I allowed, even though I didn't understand, I allowed myself to accept that I was this and that instead of recognizing, no, I am the I am this in me that is the light. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to understand it.
Self-acceptance.
Self-acceptance. So and all this ties into being a artist that is moved, because I don't despise that darkness or any darkness that's come with the industry. I don't despise, no, because I know it is the thing that has made me resilient. It's the thing that makes me continue to push for excellence. It's the thing that makes me continue to understand who I am. I don't need the validation of others.
Okay. Okay.
Because I have the validation of two people, God and myself. So I don't even need the validation from my family. I love my family. My family is very supportive with me. I have wonderful friends. They're very supportive with me. I have some awesome things I do because my fans have shown me they are supportive with me and I love them. But every individual must understand that the only person that you need to validate you is you and God. Because if you look outside of yourself for validation, you lose and miss the mark. Because no matter how great they are, they all fail sometimes because they're human.
Yep. Yep.
And in their human nature sometimes allows them to say things that they may not mean or things that happen.
Yeah.
So I don't need you to validate you. I got to validate me. When you're not validating me, you don't like what I do, that's fine. I love my fans. But if I write something that you don't like, that's fine, because even though I would love for you to like it, it doesn't matter if you do or not. It matters that I like it, that God gave it to me to get it. Because there's somebody out there that is for.
Someone just told me that the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, and
That's the truth.
yeah, and that it was amazing that you say that, because that was told to me the other day.
Yeah. You listen.
It's not my business to know why.
There you go.
Because you're still going to track who's there
There you go.
for you.
And check it out. Everybody, it's okay. You know, I really like to tell singers what you're doing, podcast, musicians, whatever.
Yes. Create.
Everybody ain't gonna like you.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't. Listen, as many great fans as I had, so I do who don't like my voice. And it's okay. I'm not concerned about them. The only people I care about the fans are fans that do like my voice.
Yes.
And they do like who I am.
Right.
And I don't care about the ones. I don't care about the ones who don't, because they're not for me.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. I'm not their
No.
person.
No.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. Somebody else is that person. Go for it. Yeah, it's all right.
Do you welcome like the negative as well? Like as far as your journey, like the positive and the negative?
Yeah, because it is the polarity of life that brings us into our own state of understanding and our understanding of our beingness.
Okay.
Do not despise the darkness, for it is the darkness that brings you to the elevated light. Wow.
Ooh, say that again.
Do not despise the darkness, for it is the darkness that brings you to the elevated light.
All right, from Jim Gomez.
Yeah, yeah, right. Girl, right.
Who believed in you before your audience believed it?
Me. And then mom.
Mm-hmm.
Me. Because again, I go back to that. If you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to believe in you. I had to believe You got to believe in you in order for people to like grab a hold to your energy that's happening. And then I think it was the influence of mom, her pushing me, that I knew. Yeah.
That's good to have that.
Yeah. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
A lot of people don't have that.
I know.
What has music taken from you that most people never see?
Nothing. It really hasn't. It has given me life. Because think about it, even when you're in those dark spaces, even when you're feeling like, what is going on? Most musicians or singers are either going to do one or two things. They're either going to take that time, if they're a writer, to write about the situation, or they're going to sing, or they're going to take that time to hum something out, even if it is to express their frustrations. Because even if I'm frustrated, even if I'm frustrated with my career, right?
Yes.
That's why I can't say it takes anything away from me, because it gives to me. Because then I turn to that and say, oh man, I'm so tired. I'm so frustrated with this music career. And I might change my tone like I did to be frustrated. Oh, yes, I'm so tired. Oh, yes, I'm tired. Even if it's just that, or if it's something I make up, I'm using that. It's like, it doesn't take everything from me. It gives to me. Right. It's an outlet. It gives to me. It's because when you talk about that, it's fun. It's serious for me because I take it very serious because it's what I do. It's how I make my money. But it's serious. It's fun. It's an outlet. It is a soundboard for others and myself. Because you got to remember, when you're expressing, if people are in that same vibration of feeling what you're feeling, even if you're singing another person's song and they're in that feeling, they're going to grab a hold to it. Right? And they're going to go with you on your journey. That's why I always tell people, come with me on my journey.
Yes.
You're coming with me on my journey. It is my job as the artist to set the atmosphere for the room. I don't need to look at you to come in and set the atmosphere, because you might be going through from work and you came here to get an escape.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's my job, no matter what is taking place before I come, it is my job as an artist to think to myself, already I changed the atmosphere of the room so that they will receive the love and the energy that's coming from me. And that's coming from the universe to heal whatever spaces are in their space, in their souls. Whether that be that they're tired, whether they feel like giving up, whether that is that they need this or they need that. I just want to leave them with that for a minute in this journey to escape. Wow. And they can feel better. Yeah.
I hope you got to take notes.
For real, y'all all right. That's for real.
Sacrifice do you still feel today?
As far as the journey, I think you sacrifice making a regular paycheck every week, every 2 weeks. When you are a musician, unless you are contracted, like with an organization, which I'm not, I'm independent, you sacrifice that. If it snow right down and it snow for a week, my vocal students, I'm missing out on a week of money. So some would say that's a sacrifice of security. I do look at it different, but I think it's because I'm an optimistic thinker. And the way I look at it is that I am doing what I've been called to do and what is fun and great work for me. I am on my mission, and I would rather do that than to work a dead-end job that I'm not happy with.
I know that's right.
Making a stable paycheck. But I am blessed. Let me say this. I am blessed because I do have stability in my music. but it's because of the way I think and the way I live. And I'm great with my money and I'm good with my money, but I'm saying I'm blessed. So I don't even speak over my career that it's unstable. My career is very stable. Has been for 30 years. There's been some unstable moments, but if I look at it, I don't purchase a house and 2 cars and everything else on that career. That's what I'm saying. See, that's what I gotta say. Stable, right?
And that's what you want.
Yeah, maybe some unstable moments. Yes, everything. Just even if you have a regular job, something may happen and cut your hours. True. But if you still got stability, you being there, you're like, well, I'm still got a stable job, but it cuts my hours. So there's an unstable moment, and then they may be like, okay, we bring your hours back, and you might be back. So yeah, I think that's just the polarity of life.
Yeah.
Because life is going to give you everything.
Yeah.
I think we have to learn how to look at those contrasting moments or those dark moments as opportunities instead of looking at them from a negative space. Change your view of what appears to be negative and say, what is the opportunity or what is it that the universe is trying to teach me in this moment of opposition? What does it know? Okay, maybe I should do that, and then I can get a new idea that brings me back in alignment to purpose and won't get so frustrated.
So you got to bring the positivity to it.
Keep it there.
Yeah.
Optimism is keeping that positivity there. You're not going to survive, especially in artistry, a career like this. I think what it is to how I've survived is because I refuse to allow the negative moments, because it doesn't mean we don't have them. I refuse to allow the negative moments to overshadow the optimistic side of me.
And that can affect your creativity.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And we can't have that.
Yeah. That's right. That's true.
When you're on the stage, have you ever felt invisible to your audience?
Meaning they didn't see me or that I see them. Would you say in six but they didn't see me? No.
Okay.
And I think I get lost in my world. That's probably why I asked you what you mean them to me. Because I think they become invisible to me.
Really?
Like you being on. Right.
Okay.
I go to a whole nother universe when I'm on stage. And I think that keeps me from needing the audience to validate me. Because I'm on maybe my own. Yes, they are important, but I think they get caught up into, which is what I'm supposed to do. They get caught up into the world that I'm at. So sometimes, it's no shade to the audience. Sometimes they tired. They don't feel like doing that. That's why I tell all the artists, sometimes they might not flat. Sometimes they might not pack and feed. You got to ask yourself, why did you do it? I do it for the love of music. I do it because I want to bring the vibration up. I do it because I just love singing. So I should be able to get caught up in my own world and go somewhere else without them. And then that in return makes them come with me.
Right.
Which is why we used to love old school. Because old school took us there. They didn't care about making the audience get on their feet. They were just in their own world. And we went with them. Right? So sometimes when I say the audience gets invisible to me, because I don't see them until I come back to the planet. You're sorry. You're not come back and say, oh, they stood up. What's up, y'all?
Forgot y'all was
Yeah.
What was the lowest emotional point in your career?
So this is crazy. It was the lowest emotional, but yet the highest. And I know that's going to sound kind of weird. When I had the stroke.
Okay.
I had a stroke 7 years ago.
Wow.
So it was the lowest place because I knew when I did have the stroke, I knew even in the hospital that it was a time for restructuring and with purpose. And also that I would never be playing to the magnitude as I was all the time, if weekend and stuff like that, as I was before, that it would be different from that point on. That, but it was being a high too, because I was also transitioning into a higher elevation of
Is that what
spirituality.
got you there in the first place? Was that stroke the one that they helped wake you up?
No, I had been, you mean as far as spirituality?
Yes.
No, I had,
I mean, about the, the frequencies and.
no, I had always been spiritual.
Okay.
I've been spiritual, but I'm going to say this. I began to elevate in spiritual consciousness at 29. When I had, because I feel like in every spiritual realm, we're always elevated. But by the time, so I've elevated every, I just think that's how it goes. That's my personal opinion. We continue to elevate every time. You should, because if you're staying in the same space as a musician, as spiritual, anything, if you become stagnant and you're like this and there's no evolution, then you need to check yourself and say, wait a minute, hurry up. But you say, you dead, right? But definitely, when the stroke took me to a higher level of understanding, because I had to the right side of my body was affected. So I had to relearn how to, it wasn't a total loss of walking, but I left the hospital with a walker. So I had to learn how to walk easily again, and steps, and the brain functioning. I was a multitasker. That changed. As far as playing and singing, I had to learn how to do that stuff again. Had to learn how to sing appropriately from the diaphragm again, because in the beginning I was going from my stomach to my throat, which is terrible as a singer. And so I had to learn how to do those things again. So it was a low point in that. Wow, I'm having to restructure how I'm gonna have to relearn how to be Tanya again fluently, which took time. And then it was a difference too of a low point, because I had never not gigged that long. I was sitting at home and doing what I love to do, not able to do what I love to do. Now, I went out a couple of times and showed the miracle, because that's how I am in optimism. I shouldn't have been performing, but I was showing the miracle of the source energy to say, this happened to me, but it could have been worse. So I want to show you this moment. Then I got to take my tail home, right? Yeah. And that was just showing, but I could tell I had been affected. And I would just keep saying to myself while playing, I would be forgetting words. And I would be looking at the words sometimes, because I had my stand, but my brain was trying to put dots together. Now, there's one or two ways you can handle that. You can either say, oh my God, it did in, or you can say, brain, get back in order. And that's what I would be saying. And then I've been a transparent person. So I'll be performing it. When I did start performing, my brain was doing that. It does it sometimes now. And I'll be like, hold on, y'all, I forgot the words. Give me a minute. Somebody give me the first verse. You know what I'm saying? And then they give me the first verse and they treat business. I'm like, yeah, here we go. So I think that was the lowest but highest point. Because it also just taught me my resilience even more, and how optimistic I am, and what miracle I am, and that my force has actually become even better elevated since the stroke. So you also seeing more layers of yourself. Yes, yes, and the deeper layers of me, the even more deep understanding of healing, the more deep understanding of spirituality, the more deeper understanding about music and healing and what it does, the more deep understanding of not to give up and to keep going, and that all is well. The more deeper understanding that the universe has taken care of me during that time, that the lives that I touched before is what allowed me to sustain for a year, because they donated money to me. Because that's what they said. You have poured into our homes and our lives and talking to us and singing to us for years. We want to pour back into you as an artist because you have done that for us. So to see that magnifying of, wow, this is the impact I've had on people. Wow, brings you to tears. So that's why I said it was a low high.
No, gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Low but very high.
Thanks for breaking that down, cause
And I tell people this too. I am actually grateful for the stroke.
and that's
I would never
that's
take
why
it.
I ask people to hear that.
Yeah, I would never take it back. I would never take it back. I would never take that part of my journey back. Because it has elevated me and brought me to some places vibrational that cannot be substituted. Never take it back. Never. And even giving me a better sense of gratitude for my life, truly, my health, truly, my strength, truly, walking, truly, understanding, truly, playing, singing, putting things together, multitasking. It's giving me a whole nother level of gratitude.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That makes you appreciating the form.
Right. Right.
Has music ever scared you?
No. No. And I'm trying to be, I think and pause because I'm thinking. There have been moments I've been nervous, like when I first go, like people are amazed when I tell them that even now, that I get nervous. They go, we can't tell. I said, but when you first grab the mic and your heart is, and then I'm like, okay, I get the first line out, and then I say, girl, you know who you are. And then that higher self takes over and says, yes, we're in that moment. But never scared, just nervous and be like, okay, thank you, Source, for being with me. Now I'm good because you've calmed me down and reminded me, girl, it's us. We good. You're an extension of me. Do you?
Do you?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Have music ever hurt you?
I, I like the way you said it. You asked it. Music itself, no, but in the industry, yes.
Okay. Okay.
I say it is a male-dominated industry. Yeah, other than singing, women sing, but I play, and I run sound. I'm CEO of my band. They label me Ross the Boss.
All right. I like that.
Ross the Boss. Yes, they label me that, but it has been a journey. Hurting, yes, I've been. You recognize and those who really like you. There's a lot of jealousy in the music industry. There's a lot of people who love, admire you, and hate you at the same time. And if you are a person who is spiritually in tune, you feel it, you know it, but you learn how to deal. Because I do, and I have a strong face. And you can't be in this industry and be weak. It ain't fun.
Better not be, right?
Yeah, you a guy. You better be strong. So I've gone through those things, but I went through those things younger, I think. I go through them. What I'm saying when I say went through, they affected me more when I was younger. Where seeing when you get a sense of who you are, you be like, oh no, that's in your mind, you think, oh babe, that's your issue. I ain't got time to worry about what's going on with you. That's something. You got that going on with you. But that's hurt me in that sense at a time and wanting to be accepted earlier, really accepted by male musicians to say, oh, because I had an all-female band for a long time. Yeah, 12 years. See, it's 12 years that, and Tanya Ross Project has been in existence for, 18, 19 years, I think. 18 of one of them. But 17 or 18, one of them. But yeah, you want your and that came. But when things come when you fully know who you are and you fully get to a point. You say, I don't need them to accept. Oh, if I accept me, you can just stand it. accept my own self.
Mm.
And then once you accept your own self and say, I know who I am. I would love it if you guys would see that was when I was young.
Yeah.
Would see, But then once I did that, it, I was like, "Well, you see how everything come back to you?
Mm-hmm.
Everything come back to you.
Sure does.
Everything comes back to you. But that's the only thing hurt wise, It's that jealous moments. You see it, you feel it. Now I don't pay that no mind because I feel like that's their issue. I'm like, I'm doing me.
Let them do what you do.
In store.
When did you stop performing for approval and start performing for truth?
I never ever perform for approval. That's the unique thing about me, and I think that is the part of me as to why I have lasted in this business and had longevity since I started. It's because I never looked for their approval.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thankful for that because that I think extends from my mother's upbringing and
Yes.
saying, you gotta know who you are, and also telling me, it ain't about you. And she used to always say, it ain't about you, it's about God and the purpose that's been put in you. And I think because I learned that so early that I never looked for the approval of people. Because I was like, I have bigger purpose. I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm not doing it for you to clap for me. I'm doing it because I'm sending out a frequency and a vibration of healing for you and me to connect and to say, it's okay. Music heals the soul.
That's true. That's a good space for you to be in.
Yeah. And I think because that's always been my mission. I've always been aware of my mission. I've never looked for that approval.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm thankful to be in this place because someone else had asked me in another podcast that I did. She said, who's the one artist you're intimidated by? She asked that question, which to me is kind of like sort of the same field. Mm-hmm. She said, what star would you be intimidated by? And I said, no one. And she said, wow. And I said, I'm not saying that in arrogance. I'm saying that because I know who I am. Mm-hmm. So because I know who I am, me and this artist, I'd be like, Charles, let's roll together.
Yeah.
Let's vibe together. But nothing in me would feel like, oh my God, if Patty was here and the late Aretha Franklin was here and the late Whitney Houston, I would be like, y'all, Patty, Aretha and Whitney, let's sing. But nothing in me would be like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking, it's not sure. I'm talking about big, right? Yes. I will not shrink for anyone.
No, that's right. You shouldn't.
Because I am an extension of the source as you are an extension of the source. We don't have to shrink.
No.
We grow. We evolve together. I will not shrink. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with saying that.
You heard it right here on our
show? Yeah. I won't shrink. And I don't want anyone else to shrink. I can tell people who have said stuff to me and said, but I said, don't do that, honey. Your light is shine. You're in your lane. You shine in your lane. Yeah. You stay in your lane. We are in our lanes. We shine together.
That's right.
Yes, that's the thing. We shine together. Every time I teach my kids in the vocal studio and my adults, because adults ain't nothing but big kids too. I love them. I joke with them. But to motivate them, encourage them, and say, you got this. Because for me, teaching is more than just teaching. Mm-hmm. My studio I always say it's not just a vocal studio. It is a spiritual facility. Because the vocal lessons teach life lessons. Everything I'm teaching can teach them about themselves and life. And they'll tell me that. They'll tell you, wow, some things she told me when it came to doing certain things I was doing in singing that had absolutely nothing to do with singing. It had everything to do with something personal.
Oh, that reminds me, that's like that, what's his name? The Karate Kid?
Uh-huh. He was teaching me, y'all. Doing all this. Yes. That's the same. That's a great analogy because that's why. Yeah. And so those things make sense. I feel successful every time I see my students growing. Mm-hmm. or an impact that I made on fans' life.
Yes.
That's success for me. I feel so successful and blessed because I've had a rewarding thus far career that will continue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a blessing.
Yes.
It really is. Well, all right, Tom, what we're going to do now,
Okay.
wrap it.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a sentence. You just give me one word to describe that sentence. Don't think about it just quickly.
Oh, love it. Okay. That's why I was thinking too much.
Quick question.
Okay.
Okay. So one word that describes your journey.
Lovey.
Lovey. Hardest year of your career.
Stroke.
A song that still gives you chills.
Ooh. Oh, be thankful.
Thanks. What still scares you?
I'm supposed to be fast, aren't I?
Yes.
What? Think about it. Don't think about it. And I'm not even just saying this. It's not like it scares me because I really try to stay with it and grounded in my spiritual space.
One word.
I can't even think. I really can't.
Nothing. That's the word, nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. What keeps you going?
Source energy.
Who are you when the music stops?
Source energy.
What do you know now that you wish you knew then?
The magnitude of powerful being I am.
Oof. Okay, we're going to go right into would you rather. I'm going to give you one or the other. Would you rather lose your voice for a year or never perform live again?
Lose my voice for a year.
Fame without peace or peace without fame?
Peace without fame.
Really?
Peace is where it's at.
Okay. Write the perfect song or give the perfect performance?
Write the perfect song.
Teach music forever or tour forever?
Teach music forever.
You must really enjoy it.
I love teaching. And I love tour. I would love to tour too.
That's your love spot right there.
Yes, teaching. And I come from teachers. All my mom and all of them are teachers. They're in my family. We have a lot of teachers. So teacher has brought me a lot. And I love performing just as much. I can't say that I don't love it just as much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when you say forever, I'm going, you'll get tired of touring all
You
the
will.
time.
Yes, that's good. That's
And
good.
whereas you're teaching, I can still teach and still do some touring.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Throw it in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Would you rather be misunderstood or never fully heard?
Misunderstood because I walk against the grain. I don't need you to understand me. I just need to understand me. Wow.
She deep.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to Miss Tanya
Yeah,
Ross.
it
I'm
is.
telling you.
It is.
I'm telling you. If you had to speak to the young Tanya, what would you say to her that you now know?
Love yourself fully. Know who you are fully. And walk in your knowing from the get-go. And never let that go. Never allow other people's opinions to dictate to you who you are. I'm going to tell the younger Tanya that. This time is full aware. But the younger Tanya needed to hear that. Even though no one else knew, because I put on a great face.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I put on a great face. But the younger Tanya needed to hear that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking.
Look into that camera and tell viewers, people that are trying to get into this art, this particular space, what advice would you give them?
Number one, I would say, first of all, you have to be passionate. And then you have to be resilient. And you have to know who you are. And whatever you do, if you're not going to do it in excellence, don't do it. So everything must be done in excellence. Whether you're singing for one person or you're singing for 10,000, your performance should never change based on the audience energy or the audience's quantity. How many people out there?
I love that.
Know your purpose.
Yes, yes. Now, you got some dates coming up. Where can I find you?
Okay.
Your platforms, your social media.
Okay, so right now, well, for the new year, I hadn't really gotten like what you call the dates in yet, but I do have Simply Sonia's in Winston-Salem, North Carolina restaurant. We will be doing live band karaoke. Hey, and open mic. Yes, I need to see y'all here. An open mic for singers. We want you to come out and just be you, shower singers to the best one. Just do your craft. But we'll be doing her on every second and fourth Wednesday. And that should be on her site on Facebook. And then my site on Facebook, which is Tanya Ross, TNYAROSS. You can find me there. If you want me to sing to you everyone on YouTube, even though they old clips, you can find me on YouTube. And then I am on Instagram. I'm not on there live. You know, we know the generation. I'm building like that. But I think you can put Tanya Ross in and it'd be something like Boss 48. And so you can find me on those places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm struggling with doing these runs. It helps us out. I don't know. This is runs. I'm sure somebody said, yeah, it's like, can you give me some type of...
Well, you know what? You'd be surprised at what I teach my students and tell people. And I mean it. Runs aren't saying it. They're embellishments. So I think people overdo runs.
I was going to ask you about
I think they overdo them. I think they have run them in the ground. And a singer is just a singer that knows how to sing on pitch without going flat or sharp. And they know how to use different textures in their voice to make the song pop out. That's a singer.
Yes.
Running is just an embellishment. And I compare it to a cake. If you're a singer, then if we have a piece of cake, your voice is the cake. The cake you can eat without icing if it's a good cake.
Mm-hmm.
The running is just the icing and the little frillies. It shouldn't be the whole thing.
Right.
If I give you just icing and the frillies, do you want to eat it by itself without the cake? Exactly.
No.
Exactly. So to me, runs have become that. And then it gets monotonous, it gets boring, it's the same thing.
Yes.
People get tired of it because it's no longer a surprise.
No.
A run should be a surprise.
Right.
But the meat of the song should just texturize it. Mm-hmm. And texture is just using a different texture. Now I'm getting to teaching.
That's what I was trying to get on.
So you use all different texture, just use that to kind of play with the song. Yeah. Or you could play with melodies. But now I'm teaching them all of this.
I know. People they tend to compare Toni Braxton and Anita Baker.
Yeah.
But they got different.
So they have kind of I know why they do that because they both have the texture. It's a texture.
Yes.
And I think the texture is more like how Anita with all my heart. And her and Tony had that same texture. Like what's the song? What's the song Tony really had? Something. Breathe again. See, they got that same texture. With all my heart, breathe again. It's that same texture.
Yeah.
So that's why people compare them. That's why they compare Tony and Nika.
Like,
even though I understand what you're saying, it's two different singers.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Look at you. Look at you. I can't wait to see you up in Carrie going. Yeah. I'm trying to see what you got going now. Yeah.
If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
to heal people instantly, because it really is my hope when I look in people's eyes to see them full, whole, and complete. And I see so much sadness in people.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I see people hide behind smiles.
Mm-hmm.
And I see so much sadness. So I think it would be to heal people, and if I can have that, to take the pain away. But then from that point, they have to learn how to maintain it. But it'd be just the initial take away of the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got to go on their own journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you should take the initial pain away, so you can say, oh, that's the one thing that messed you up. That's the one thing that's holding you back. That's in your way.
Mm-hmm.
And then say, okay, now you got to live from here on out.
Yes. They got to carry
Allow yourself to go. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would be that.
That's a good one.
Yes, I do. I'm see where you can have that one. And so many hurting people hurting.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Miss Tanya, for unveiling your mask.
Yeah.
And we got to have you back here.
Yes, and I would love to.
Back.
And we can talk about some blood. You know, it ain't got to go to the
No, it's on.
next time, talk about my spiritual space. So good that's that. Some people can use it, you know. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. You can use that.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure y'all check Tanya Ross out. This is your host, Denise Michelle, and thank you for watching Artistry Unplugged. Until next time.